Hello all. I, Mrs. Archana Said, Assistant Professor, Computer Engineering Department, AI SSMS, Institute of Information Technology. Today, I am going to discuss about constructor chaining in Java programming language. So basically, the constructor is a special type of function which is getting called once you try to create an object of a particular class. It is implicitly called whenever you create an object. No explicit call is required for constructor definition. For creating the different objects with different initial values, the different constructor calls are required. But if you want a single constructor call, and through that constructor definition, if you give a call to different type of constructor, that process is called as constructor chaining. So let's see the definition of constructor chaining. The constructor chaining is the process of calling one constructor from another constructor. So some rules regarding with respect to the current chaining. In the constructor definition, the very first expression should be a this expression. Using this keyword, we are going to give a call to another type of constructor. So there has to be a first line which is nothing but this opening and closing parenthesis. The second rule that we need to remember is there should be at least one constructor without this keyword which is going to stop the constructor chaining, and the constructor chaining can be achieved in any order. So let's see an example of constructor chaining where a class with two instance variables and three constructors are declared, and using main we are going to give a call to a default constructor, and the default constructor in turn is going to give a call to a parameterized constructors with one parameter and two parameters. The output we are going to observe on the console window, and using memory layout we are going to observe the output or the variables which are assigned to the values which are assigned to the different instance variables. So let's begin. So this is the point of execution, or the starting point of execution. So by using this particular line, a default constructor will be called. In default constructor, the very first line is this into bracket 10. So this line is going to give a call to a parameterized constructor with integer as a parameter. In its own definition, again the very first line is this keyword with two parameters, namely integer followed by string. So the parameterized constructor with two parameters will get called. Now as you can see, in this parameterized constructor there is no this keyword, so this is the last constructor which is called. Now hence this is the last constructor. It's these lines will be executed, and we are going to see the output on the console window. So once this will get executed, the values whichever are there in these variables n and n name, which are formal parameters, will be assigned to the instance variables, that is no1 and name, and the output we are going to observe on the console window. So this line will be executed, and the output, that is parameterized constructor with values no1 and name, will be displayed on the console window. And this object will be viewed in the memory as a1 with its own values as 20 and some string constant which is passed as a parameter, that is abc. So this is the line which will be executed as a first line. Now with this line the constructor definition is over. So from where it has been called? From this line. So the next point which will be executed is this line. So the second parameter or this constructor output will be displayed over here with values 10 and ABC. Why 10 and ABC? Because this parameterized constructor is having a parameter n, and the value which is passed to this parameter by using this statement is 10. So the value for this is 10, as you can observe in the memory layout. So this is the statement which will be executed second number of time. Now once this code is executed, it will go from where it has been called. So this will be the line which will be executed at third number. So the constructor no1. So what will be the value of this? As you can see, it is 100 and ABC. Now why 100 and ABC? The default value which we have initialized is 100. That's why we are getting output as 100. You can see that in the memory also. So this is how the constructor chaining is going to happen. Only one instance will be created with no parameters. It is going to give a call to a default constructor. Based on the parameter which are passed to this keyword, the respective parameterized constructors are going to be called. So here with a single parameter, and here two parameters will get called. So the constructors are getting called within the other constructor definition. That's why it is called as constructor chaining. Thank you.